Hey, good morning. How are you? It is Andy with love, Julie and Andy. Happy Wednesday. We're getting close to the solar eclipse here in Eugene. That's on Monday. Don't know where you are, but maybe you're doing the same thing. So I wanted to ask you, can you let it go? Let what go? Well, whatever it is that's bothering you, and I don't mean a momentary thing. Ow, I stubbed my toe, so yeah, it's bothering you. I mean something that has been weighing on you for a while now. Something that maybe you did. Good morning, Cheryl. Something maybe that you wish had gone a different way. Maybe an argument you've had with somebody. Maybe a resentment you have against somebody. Maybe a business venture that went sour. Something that is just on your mind, maybe not 24/7, but it's kind of always lurking there in the back. Maybe not always in the forefront, but it's kind of always there. And this thing, whatever it may be, eventually is just going to keep eating at you and drive you a little bit crazy and push you towards sort of just an unhappy place. So, whatever these things are that we carry around, they're actually, baggage, we call them. They're like this added weight that sort of just tugs at our spirit. Generally, we're happy people. When we were born, we were all perfect. You're a child of the universe, child of God, depending on whatever your beliefs are. But you are born perfect. And as we grow, things happen. Life is challenging in a lot of ways. So now you're an adult, and life throws things at you. So my question is, what do you do to shed yourself of this unnecessary weight? Most of these times that we carry these things around, we choose to do it. We think that we don't. We think that it's just there. But we choose to hold on to that. And you can choose to let it go. And I really think that letting it go is going to, I know that, letting it go is going to allow your spirit and your mind free. Free from worry, free from stress, free from guilt and resentments. Things that have happened in the past, whether to you or that you've done to other people, are in the past and you can't change them. We know that. And it's natural to have regrets. But carrying it around with you and worrying about it and stressing about it, and maybe do you do what I do, which is like, I had a conversation where maybe I wish I didn't say something that I did. So I replay it in my mind, but I keep changing it. Instead of saying this, I said that. And then instead of saying that, she said this back to me. It's this pointless, stupid exercise in impossibility and in unreality. The past is set in stone. That's one thing that is set in stone. It never will change, no matter how much you focus on it and obsess about it. So we carry these things voluntarily, and they drive us crazy. They put us in a bad place. They weigh us down. They they're just negative thoughts swirling around in our heads and weighing down on our spirit. So, can you let it go? Whatever the it or the they incident or incidents that you are letting yourself get driven crazy by, can you let them go? Yeah, right. They don't let us live up to our true potential. Absolutely. They hold us back. Holding on to regret is an excellent way to invite fear. and doubt. You know, this didn't go my way last time, so now I'm afraid of trying again because it's probably going to happen again. Or I said this last time, I'll probably just screw it up again if I try it this time. So holding on to the regrets of the past is only feeding your fears of the future. So you're doing yourself a huge disservice by holding on to these things, and you're doing yourself a wonderful, liberating favor by letting them go. So how do you let them go? Because, you know, the mind holds on to, we choose to hold on to things, but it's like this sort of automatic thing that goes. And you get into this mindset where you're thinking about it, and then you're not thinking about it, but then you're thinking about it again, because you just keep going back in that spiral. So how do we get out of it? Well, I think a wonderful way is to acknowledge that it's there, and when it comes back, consciously switch your thoughts to something else. And that's an exercise, because you're going to think bad thing, then you're going to go, okay, I'm thinking about this, I'm going to think about this over here, but your mind is still stuck over there. So you exercise, you try to do it again and again and again, and you get better at it. It's not an easy exercise, but that's why it's called an exercise. You know, it's something that you do again and again and again, and you get better at it and you get stronger. So next time that thing is bothering you, that it pops into your mind, try to just take it to another place. And you will notice, the more you do that, the more that you notice the moment things pop into your mind, the more you're going to notice that you actually consciously reached out and grabbed it. You might have been focusing on something really cool that's happening in the moment, and some part of you went out and went, oh, I want to think about that crappy, stupid, terrible thing. And it takes you right out of that good moment and into a bad place. And that's a habit. That's an exercise. So we need to change our habits and change the exercises that we do up here and in here. And an excellent way to not improve is to beat yourself up every time that happens. It's natural. It's a practice that we work. You know, our society, in so many ways, we focus on the negative, and we learn to focus on the negative. We are never really taught to focus on the positive. So when you reach out and grab that thing and you pull yourself out of a good spot into a bad spot, you can do the same and go the other way. Yeah, the ego. That's right. The ego, that's, you know, it's a part of you. I don't want to get into that right now, but the ego, since it's a part of you, it's something that you can one day learn to embrace and love, because it is a part of you and you love yourself. At least I hope you do. And if you don't completely and fully, as I sometimes struggle with, that's something you can work on too. But let's talk about how we get out of that bad, how we let those things go. So changing your thoughts is one excellent way. Changing your location. If you can, get out of wherever it is. You know, there's a good chance that wherever you were when that thought came into your mind, something triggered you. So get out. And I mean, it could be as simple as walking into another room. Certainly, it could be take a walk by yourself, or maybe with a friend. Call a friend, have a conversation. Change your location helps changing your thoughts. Also, there are practices like meditation. Meditation is excellent at reducing stress and all kinds of other wonderful things. These are all proven scientific facts. But it also helps you clear your mind and relax your mind, and it helps you stay out of that negative place. Other things like physical exercise and yoga, these are all exercises for the mind and the spirit, and they can help you stay in a better place. None of them are perfect, 100% guaranteed, but they're all little practices that we can participate in that will help you get away and stay out of that negative place. You know, what we carry with us is like 90% of what's wrong. Because what we carry with us just spins in our minds and it predicts our future. I guess that's a natural tendency too. But when you look at the future through the glasses that you wore in the past, you have no experience with the future, obviously. So you're using the experiences from the past to predict what's going to happen. And we do that because it makes sense. You know now not to cross the street without looking both ways. That's a good practice that you learned. But you also learned things that you didn't go well, or failures in your business, or bad experiences in your love life or with your children, things that you've done to yourself that you regret. But when we carry them, all they do is just work to bring us down. What you think about, you bring about. Absolutely. Absolutely. So try practicing letting it go and make a conscious effort. You know, I can get into a place and then I'm focused on something from the past. Now I'm just imagining it's going to happen again in the future, and I can't get out of that place. I have to really make a conscious effort to get out of that place. Get to a better place. Bring the mood up. And keep practicing doing that. When I go back again, I try to get out of it again. It's just something you need to do again and again. But seriously, when we carry that negative stuff with us, it just brings us down. You can't change the past. The only thing you can do is right now try to live with the past and move forward without carrying it with you. So I really hope you try doing that. I like to work with people who are doing that type of stuff or looking for ways to do that. So you can always PM me if you've got a particular question or you just want to talk. I love doing that stuff. But don't forget also, reaching out to other people to get out of your head. Human contact is a fantastic way. It fixes a lot of things, depression and fears or anxiety. Maybe it doesn't fix them, but it really can improve when you are consciously reaching out to other people. It helps you get out of your own head. And it helps you connect, which is good for the soul. And that's a positive place to be. In that moment of connection, of communicating with another person, you're sharing. When you do that, you're sharing your soul with somebody else. You choose how deep to go. It can be, good morning. How about how hot it is today? Or it can be, hey, this really crummy thing happened. Can we talk about it? It's a choice of how deep you go. But when we make the effort to change our thoughts, when we practice communicating with other people, you can start to let that stuff go and lift yourself up. And you know what? When you lift yourself up, you lift other people up. And when you share yourself with other people, especially when you're in a bad place and you're looking for help, the other person can't help but feel good about themselves because they've helped somebody else. So you're doing them a favor by sharing your hardships with them. Not everybody has the time or the desire to listen, but you can find somebody who will. And then it really can improve your day. I've had many situations where I did not want to be in this situation with other people because I was here. So I go, and then I begin to forget about that stuff. And I communicate, and I share, and I let that stuff go. So practice that today and see how it goes. PM me if you ever want to talk about things or strategies to let that stuff go. It is all about the love. Love you guys. Have a fantastic day. Get your eclipse sunglasses. Don't look at the eclipse. Not good for your eyes. Okay, guys, take care. Talk to you tomorrow.